I still remember the condescending sneer on Professor Draxxis' face when he handed me the data slate. 1 hour, human. That is the best your species can manage, if you're lucky. The lecture hall erupted with guttural alien chuckles, claws tapping desks, bioluminescent tendrils wriggling in amusement. I stood there, the only human in the galactic university of Aethra Prime, with 60 minutes to solve what they claimed was an unsolvable neural complexity matrix. But I didn't need 60. I only needed 10. My name is Ethan Cole, Earthborn, lunar educated, first human ever admitted to the prestigious interstellar institution known as GUAP, Galactic University of Aethra Prime. It's the Ivy League of the Milky Way, a place where the minds of hundreds of advanced species converge. When I got accepted, the news was all over Earth. I was humanity's golden boy, a beacon of our potential. But up here, among thousands of species with photonic brains, hive minds, and organic quantum processors, I was just the curiosity, a biological oddity, the barely sentient monkey. From day one, I faced the silent stares and not so subtle insults. And no one was more vocal than Professor Draxxis, the legendary Skelrethian mathematician and a proud believer in cognitive hierarchy. According to him, humans barely qualified as Tier 2 intellects, just above pets and way below real thinkers. So, when he issued the 1-hour challenge he handed each student a slate with the matrix. "You have 1 hour," he said. "I expect the humans to try." Most of the students plugged into their neural ports or began vibrating through probability cycles. Meanwhile, I just sat there and stared at the slate. What they didn't know was that humans, despite lacking telepathic clusters or fractal brains, had one edge: intuition fused with chaos. Where others calculated, we felt. And I'd been trained in pattern recognition since childhood. And this matrix, it wasn't unsolvable. It was familiar. It looked like a recursive logic loop I used to solve procedural AI corruption back on MarsNet. While others were still analyzing the outer shell, I'd already found the flaw in the recursive core. It wasn't about brute-forcing solutions. It was about understanding the intent behind the problem, something no alien AI had ever mastered. But humans? We write bugs on purpose to make our systems better. Chaos is our native language. I tapped away, cutting through the recursive layers like slicing bread. 10 minutes later, I uploaded the finished proof back into the slate, stood up, and walked to Professor Draxxis' desk. He raised an eye stalk. "Lost, Mr. Cole?" "No," I said. "I'm done." The whole hall went silent. Every species paused their computations. The clicking stopped. The humming ceased. Even the Breloff hive stopped transmitting in their whispering chorus. "You what?" the professor hissed. 10 minutes, I said. That single green pulse exploded across the university. Within minutes, the entire campus was buzzing. The galactic net was flooded with headlines. Human outsmarts alien professors in 10-minute logic feat. Galactic University rethinks cognitive rankings. Are humans actually Tier 1 minds? Professor Zeterix didn't say a word. He just stood there, stone still, humiliated. The university convened an emergency panel. They tried to claim I'd cheated, that maybe I'd had prior knowledge, but every scan, every neural trace, every thought log confirmed it. I'd solved it clean. Suddenly, humans weren't curiosities anymore. We were contenders. Weeks later, I was summoned to a classified meeting with the Council of Cognitive Ascendancy, the highest intellectual authority in the quadrant. They told me the challenge wasn't just an academic test. It was a gate, a safeguard, a puzzle left behind by a long-extinct race called the Cherokee, beings who once ruled vast star empires and encoded their legacy in riddles. The logic matrix was a key to something ancient and possibly dangerous. I was the first being in over 5,000 years to solve it. They offered me a place on the first expedition to Cherokee space, a crew of the best minds across the galaxy, and me, a human, the only one who saw through the fog. Now, as I stand aboard the Cerebrax Explorer, watching hyperspace blur around us, I think about Earth, about all the people who believed in me, who believed in us. This wasn't just about solving a puzzle. This was a declaration. Humanity has arrived, and we're not just playing catch-up. We're about to lead.